In 2012, I uploaded my first ever lift tour of the Grand Arcade in Wellington. In 2017, I'm back, which means it's time for a lift tour. Now, there are quite a lot of lifts here, so I'm not going to bother with maps and in-depth descriptions, because that would mean that this video would take forever to watch. So instead, I'm just going to let the lifts speak for themselves. So without further ado, we're starting off today in the Old Bank Arcade with the Glass 90s Schindler. Ooh, new LEDs. This is the lift at the Old Bank Arcade. That's been changed. Still got that gone. Oh, blimey. Okay. This is having some work done. Can't go to 2, can't go to 1. Have to go to ground. Oh, they've finally got the floor indicator working in here. There we go. Back to lower ground. There we go. And we'll take it to ground one last time. The 1990s Schindler. We'll watch out the window. But there's not much to see because we're only going between ground and lower ground. Because the first floor is shut. You used to be able to take this lift up to level 1, but the first floor is closed because they're doing building works. So that's it. The next lift I rode was in the Grand Arcade itself, which are some nice 70s Otis Lexan lifts that have sadly been refurbished inside. Well, here we are at the lifts with the green doors at the Grand Arcade. 1970s Otis Lexan. But unfortunately only on the outside, because the cabs have been refurbished. Now we can go to level 4, it's Bulcott Street. It's the highest floor that's unlocked in these lifts. It's very fast, you can feel the acceleration, but still very, very smooth. Whoa! And now we'll go back to basement. So as you can see, modernised by Otis. Generic floor indicator, which is disappointing. Very fast. Hey. And now just to 1, so that I can carry on exploring the Grand Arcade. Get a cab view. Cab refurbished 2013, I think. But yeah. And getting out of the green doored lifts on level 1, we now head into the next building and into another set of modernised 70s Otis Lexans. Look at this, that's a floor indicator for these 3 lifts. This is the same one I got last time I filmed these. These ones have been modernised as well. 6 is Bulcott Street in these lifts, a bit higher. These are also former Otis Lexan. Back to 1. Again, the cab is pretty much the same as it is in the green lifts. But this is actually a different building. Oh my God, we're going up. I'm going to have to cut the camera now because we're in an office. After having to cut the camera there because the lift went up into the office and not where I wanted it to go, we now head towards yet another set of lifts. Now these lifts are some more 70s Otis Lexan lifts. Now while these lifts have had the cab refurbished, these ones still have their original buttons. Yay! Another building. Here we are. Again, these lifts have had the cab refurbished again, the same as the others, but original Lexan fixtures in this one. Now in these lifts, 4 is the Bulcott Street entrance. Late 1970s LED floor indicator, though that's actually original. Here we are at level 4, and now we go back to 1, which is the public arcade. Here we are at 1. A lot of the lifts in this arcade are busy, so I'm only doing a handful of short rides on. The other one's just going as well. But there goes this one. That's it. Now to the lifts in the ASB Plaza. So now these lifts are some more 1970s Otis lifts that have been modernised. Now these lifts we can only take between levels 1 and 2. These are the ASB Plaza lifts. It's going to be that one. Again, modernised. Now in these lifts we can only go between levels 2 and 1, which is actually ground and 1. Floor numbering's off in these lifts. That's where the original floor indicator used to be, and where the original buttons used to be, because these are again previously Otis Lexan that have been modernised. They've even still got V-key latches, look. We now head outside to the Plymouth steps and across to the Travelodge. Now the lifts in the Travelodge are also public access from the bottom of the Plymouth steps to, well, not to the top, but about halfway up, really, 2/3 of the way up. Now these lifts I thought were Schindler Eurolift MRLs until I noticed on level 4 the U-key latches on the doors, which proves that these are actually some express lifts that have been modernised. These are the Travelodge lifts. Schindler. Oh, no? No, it's the right one. At last. What a ride. Could be someone in here. No, there isn't. So. Yep, we can go to 4. I don't know if these are Schindler MRL or whether they've been modernised. Here we are at level 4. Okay, it says that this is going up. So. We'll have to make that it. I don't want to end up in the hotel. So that's it. U-key latches on this floor. This proves that they are actually modernised express lifts. So, back to 1. So this proves then that these are modernised express lifts because they've got U-key latches upstairs. And now we're back at 1. Capacity 13 persons, 910 kilograms, and on this floor they've got triangle key, but other floors it's U-key, which proves that they're modernised. That's it. And now to our last lifts, which are the lifts at the car park on the Plymouth steps. Now these are some very old Otis lifts with drop key doors that have been modernised again. These are the Plymouth Tower car park lifts. That's new. Now these lifts are very old because if you look, they're drop key. Oh, blimey. 13. Yep, we can go to 13. These are some very old Otis lifts. Well, these lifts have seen better days. Here we are at 13. Back to 4. Door closed clearly doesn't like to work. The cabs have been refurbished in here, and there I am. That used to be a thing that used to cover up an old floor indicator. Capacity 1,134 kgs, 17 persons, and woohoo, we've got a non-stop ride at last. Well, this is a car park, so these lifts aren't as busy, see, as the ones in all of the office towers. There it goes. and that's it.